Hello viewers and welcome back to Let's Play Ultima I, the First Age of Darkness. We are continuing basically from where we left off, although in the meantime, between the last video and now, I have done a little bit of grinding in just in this dungeon here just to get us some gold primarily. We've also got a reasonable amount of hit points and that kind of stuff as well. So where we are at the moment, we have our blaster, we have a reflect suit, we have had pretty much all of our other weapons stolen from us at some point by thieves in the dungeons and stupid jesters and thieves in the towns as well. We have red, green, blue and white gems, and we have an air car which we are currently driving. So we are currently in the lands of danger and despair. We're going to go back to where we started out, as it seems appropriate. We'll go back to the lands of Lord British, which should be over here. Oh, hello. We're being attacked quite a bit. That shouldn't be a huge problem. What land is this? This is the land of Lord British. That is what we are looking for. So, let's... Oh, hello, it's a bear. Bears and orcs, all kinds of stuff. Right. We are back at the castle of Lord British. We're going to go back into the town of Britain. And what we're going to do here, we're going to go to the transport. First of all, we'll very quickly we'll pop into the pub and see if they have any more convenient information for us, just to explain things. Here, have a cold one at the pub de Varg. Thou hadst best know thou should destroy the evil gem. Yes, we've been told that one already. And we get nothing further. Nothing further. Nothing further. They're not going to tell us anything useful. Never mind. We pretty much know what we're doing anyway. So, the transport. We're going to buy a space shuttle, which will cost us 720. It would normally cost a bit more than that, I think, but because we've got our intelligence maxed out, it's a bit cheaper for us. So, buy a shuttle. I believe the reflect suit should be fine. I think you need to either have a vacuum suit or a reflect suit, and the reflect suit that we are wearing should do us just fine. So we are going to become a space ace. What that basically means is we have to go into space to start with. Yes, that is happening. We're going to exit our air car, which in itself was a little strange in this sort of medieval styled world, and we're going to board the shuttle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. We are in space, viewers. So I don't think we can go into hyperspace when this shuttle. Whoa! I didn't mean to do that. Right, we're going to park our shuttle here in the space station. Yes, there's a space station. Now we need to line this up pretty perfectly. If you're like 1 pixel off with this, you'll take damage, and that's not what we want. We want to park, and we're going to choose another ship. We're going to choose the one on the left, because that one has quite a reasonable amount of fuel, 5,000 fuel. It has 1,000 shield as well. We're mainly, we shouldn't be taking too much damage around this bit, touch wood. We will hopefully not need to repair our shields, and we'll hopefully not die, but anyways, we are flying off. Now, what we basically need to do in order to become a space ace, we need to kill 20 enemy fighter ships. So, I'm going to look at our map. We are in the central sector here. This is our space station and our home planet. We are going to go to the the sectors that look like they've got an H, that is actually an enemy spacecraft. So we're going to go, I think we're going to go downwards. What that basically means, in order to do that, we need to point ourselves down that way, and then change our view to the front view, and then we're going to go into hyperspace. And we should find ourselves in a sector with enemy spacecraft to destroy. And there they are, yes. So you see where they get that H shape from. It's a little Star Wars sort of thing. We basically need, this is easier said than done. This is actually quite tricky, this section, but we need to basically get these so that our viewer is kind of right on top of them, and then fire at them until they die, basically. I think we got that one. And there doesn't seem to be anything else in this sector, so we need to obviously be careful not to use up too much fuel. We can refuel at a space station, but it will cost us 500 credits, or 500 coins, I believe. Okay, so this, if we continue in the same direction, so we can stay in this mode and just hyper jump further down, we should get more fighter enemies to shoot at. So that's one so far, I believe. Okay, here's another one. And wait for it to get a little closer. I think we got it. And same again for this one. So you want to keep them, basically if it's moving towards the edge of the screen, you want to make sure that your trajectory is further closer to the edge than it is, and that way you'll keep it on the screen. So we got 2, so that's a total of 3. We are now going to go, I think, to the sector to the right of us. So that means we'll need to turn ourselves this way. And again, change your view and hyper jump. So I'm just going to continue killing these until we become a space ace, basically. So it might seem a little strange. We can actually be shot by these guys. They don't usually hit you, but we might take 1 or 2 hits. Hopefully we won't die or anything. Now, Ultima was one of the kind of earliest computer role-playing games, like I mentioned, so there wasn't really any precedent for this kind of stuff, I suppose. Obviously it was kind of based on, in part, on things like Dungeons and Dragons and the kind of pen and paper role-playing games, but this section here obviously takes some inspiration from Star Wars, which the first Star Wars films would have been out around about this time, so that's probably where the inspiration for this part came from. But it wasn't alone in its portrayal of science, kind of merging science fiction themes with fantasy, I suppose. It was, like I say, Ultima is one of the first computer role-playing games. There were other games around about the same time that did similar things. I believe the Wizardry series has elements of that as well. Might and Magic, which came along slightly later, does have some sci-fi elements kind of sneaked in alongside its predominantly fantasy setting. And even further afield to console RPGs, things like the Final Fantasy games when they started kind of later on in the 80s, also kind of incorporated in a largely kind of fantasy world. They had some sci-fi elements as well, with kind of robots that you were battling at times and stuff. So it was something that was done in a few games back then. I think Ultima's probably one of the first, if not the first, to kind of do that kind of bridging of sci-fi and fantasy in this kind of blunter fashion, though. Going from battling people with with swords and riding around the land in a horse and cart to suddenly buying a space shuttle and going into space. But it's got a sort of unique charm to it. What am I trying to do here? I'm needing to go into hyperspace, so I need to change my view and hyperjump. So we're going to take on some more of these fighters in the next sector. Still get plenty of fuel, so that's fine. And we have some more enemy fighters here. There's one. Now they will randomly dart around the screen if they get to the edge, which we want to really avoid happening. Want to drag them kind of closer back to the middle, so if we aim ourselves down this way a little bit, then head up. Whoa! Yeah, I think we got him. And here's another one. Again, just wait for him to get a little bit closer so he's got a bigger box to hit. That's good. And here's another one. And he's went over here. I'm going to wait for him to move again, probably. There he is again. It's still a little bit close. Now, we did take a hit that time. As you can see, one hit did do quite a lot of damage to us, so we don't really want to take too many hits. But we did get another fighter there. So, where are we now? We are at the bottom there. Now, I believe with that plus sign, that does mean we should be able to, if we change our view, we should be able to park up and probably repair our shield, which might be a good idea, just to make sure we don't get blown up on our way through space here. How close are we? Okay, so we have refueled and repaired our shield. We are now going to go to in this direction, basically. So we'll hyper jump once again. Now, I think this next sector was fairly empty looking, so we're just going to hyper jump right through. I don't think there's any enemies here. But if we continue in the same direction, we should find some enemies to shoot in the next sector. Listen to that glorious hyperspace noise. Okay, we do have some enemy fighters here. And they're sticking very much to the edge of the screen here. Oh, no, he's came right into the middle, that's fine. Oh, he hits a couple of times there. I don't like that. For whatever reason, I cannot hit him. Probably just because he's too far away. But that's not good. He did hit us a good couple of times there. I don't like that. Oh, there's another one. And we don't really want to take any more damage here. Okay, we got a couple more there. It might be safer for us to try and repair our shields once again. That's we're looking a little bit suspect in the shields. This is why we came into space with so much money. It does cost a bit every time if you have to land at the space station and refuel or repair. It does cost a bit, so we want to make sure we obviously don't have to. We have enough money to kind of cover that. I'm going to turn around and go back to the space station a couple of sectors across and repair a shield primarily. Okay, one hyper jump and another hyper jump. And once we reach this sector, we should be able to dock, hopefully, here. There we go. And we will go back the way that we came and hyper jump back across 3 times this time, which should take us into another enemy sector. Hopefully we won't take any more damage in our shield, because that's a bit of a pain having to come all the way over here to the station. We'll probably find more stations over there anyway, but ideally we shouldn't have to repair any further. Okay, so one more hyper jump. Okay, and if I've worked this out right, there should be enemies here, and there is. Okay, we're going to take these guys out. Hello. Oh, he hit us straight away. Oh dear, oh dear. It's not what we wanted. Okay, there's only one in this sector, so where are we now? If we continue the way we're going, we should get to another sector with enemies in it. I can't believe that. The first shot he took at me, and it was a direct hit. There's not really much you can do to avoid getting hit. You just really have to hope that they don't hit you. Ah, he's jumped away to the other side there. Now he's in the middle, where I should be able to get him. Okay, we got him. And this is a star by the looks of it. We are going to go up now, so we're going to go this way and hyper jump up to the next sector. We shouldn't be too far away now from becoming a space ace, hopefully. I've lost count myself, but never mind. Okay, the main thing we'll just make sure is just that we don't get hit. Not that there's really much we can do to prevent that. If they decide they want to hit us, there's not much we can do. We really just want to bring this guy down into the middle of the screen, hopefully. Right, we got him. Okay. Another star system here by the looks of it. If we just continue hyper jumping up here, there's the next couple of sectors look like they also have enemies within. So we'll head up this way. Hopefully we'll have someone to shoot here. Oh, he hit us. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's not what we wanted. He's being really evasive. Stay in my sights, alien. Ah. Okay, we got him, I think, but there's another one over here. Are we going to be able to get this guy before he gets to the other side of the screen? I'll find out in a moment. Okay, we got him. There's another one here. Come on, stay put. Okay, we got him. Now, there is a space station here, so we are going to dock up and repair. So for some reason, we keep on getting hit. This is another bit, it's really just your luck. I've done the Space Ace section without getting hit at all, and it's completely down to luck, to be honest. There's not really anything that you can do to avoid being hit, as far as I know. Okay, so we have refueled and reshielded, and we're going to head up to the next sector. We shouldn't be too far away from becoming a Space Ace at this point. Now, here's some enemy fighters. And we got him. Okay, so with that, I think if we head this way and a hyper jump along, I think there's another one right next to the sector that we started at, which would be ideal if we could become a Space Ace in that sector. It would mean we'd be right next to where we need to go anyway. That does sound a little too perfect. Things never tend to work out that way. We'll see what happens. Okay, enemy fighters, show yourself. Nah, was not quite quick enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get down in time to keep him in the screen. Oh, I am, okay. Thou hast achieved the rank of Space Ace. You've done it. Excellent. And we're right next to our home sector, so if we just hyper jump one more time, we should be pretty much back home. So with that, we just need to land our show. No, do not land on the planet. In this thing, oh jeez, oh, we're losing control of the ship. We're losing control of the ship. Whew. I thought we were going to drift into the planet there, and if we accidentally land on the planet in this ship, we will immediately die, as this does not have atmospheric shielding. We need to be back in our shuttle. Now, am I lined up correctly with this? I think I am. Yes, we need to be in this ship. And landing back in the planet is as simple as doing this. Thou hast landed safely. So we're back home. We are now a Space Ace. Okay. We are going to exit the shuttle and board our air car one more time. We, at this point, we are just about there. We've become a Space Ace, so we basically need to go and rescue a princess. You may have noticed the princess is kind of dotted around in the castles that we've been in. Every castle seems to have a captive princess. Nobody really knows the story of the princesses. I don't know if they belong to the other castles or who knows. They're in the castle dungeons for some reason anyway. So we're going to need to rescue a princess who, with us being a Space Ace and being fantastic and everything, hopefully they'll be able to help us use a time machine or point us in the right direction of a time machine. So with that, we'll pick up on that in the next video. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching this once again. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave us a like, give us some feedback in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Thank you once again. I'll catch you next time. See you later.